So this is where we are going to dig in a bit deeper, make some changes if you want to, and bring in some evidence-based research into what we do next with regards to our nutrition. So this week I'm going to be asking you to do a few calculations and really just get you to understand a little bit more about the science behind fat loss, if that's your goal. Don't worry, I'm not going to blow your minds with this. We'll take it step by step, and I'm here to answer any questions that you might have throughout, okay? So if you want to, there'll be some simple calculations that are going to help you be more aware of what your daily energy expenditure is, and therefore the number of calories that you personally need day to day. Just to stay as you are. What do you need? What energy do you burn every single day? We'll use that as a basis to adjust and look at what you need to do if you want to lose body fat. And, it's all going to be down to what goal you have. And I'm really going to help you understand what to do with that. I know that calorie counting is not for everyone. It might be something for various reasons that you really veer away from. And you know what? That's fine. It's absolutely fine. You don't have to count calories. But what I would say is, if you are really struggling to lose body fat, and if you really think you're doing everything in your power to lose that body fat, then it might be worth you thinking about doing this, even for a very short time. And it's just going to help you really understand where your calories are going. And sometimes it can be portion sizes and things like that that are the root cause of the problem. The main benefits of tracking, I would say, is that it's very empowering. It gives you control, and it helps you make informed choices as well. So far on our programme, we've been focusing on healthy eating, getting more good quality food into our meals, including plenty of vegetables, drinking water. We've been pulling out some of the inflammatory foods, and hopefully you are feeling better already for this. Hopefully you're more energetic, more vibrant, and just feeling good, having that goodness in your body. But this is where we really need to start to think about tailoring things a little and personalising things. But I want you to learn how to do this for yourself and empower you with information. I want to encourage you to try it, see what you think. This program is a little bit about giving you different things to try and see what works best for you. Understand what will help you rein the foods in that you may have been consuming in excess, and therefore impacting your ability to lose body fat. So lots to think about, lots to learn, but this will be something that stays with you forever once you've learned how to do this. So it's worth that little bit of investment in your time now to get to grips with what I'm going to take you through. So as we've said, now is really a time where you might decide to reintroduce some foods if you want to. Because after leaving things out or reducing them, immediately you're going to have an understanding of how those foods affect you. Definitely use your journal to note down how you felt energy-wise, mood-wise, how's your tummy felt when you've maybe had pasta, for example. So just be your own diet detective, get to know you, and just really take care if you do reintroduce to do that very slowly. So let's keep it simple. Grab a cuppa, grab your notebook, and here we go. So first up, if you are taking a tracking route, in other words, you want to know where you're up to with your calories, the starting point is to be realistic about how active you really are. And this is going to help you calculate your daily energy expenditure, how many calories you need to just be as you are right now. So, are you very sedentary? Do you move very little, generally speaking, during the day? Do you sit at a desk all day? Is your only activity plan workouts 1 to twice a week? So if that's you, that's kind of at the low end of activity. Maybe you're moderately active. Do you walk the dog daily, play with the kids? Do you move a bit more frequently? Maybe your job's a little more active. Do you exercise 2 to 3 times a week? Generally, most days hit 10,000 steps. If that sounds like you, more around that moderately active range. Or are you very active? Do you always hit 9 to 10k steps daily? Maybe plus some. Do you do lots of classes a week, bike rides, that kind of thing? Are you a very active person? Whichever option you are, you're going to need to factor that in, because activity does make a difference. And what I want you to do is head to our online calorie calculator to work out some of this information really easily. So go to your Elevate box, you click on that from the Content Hub, then go to the Nutrition box, and you'll see our online calculators there. You need your current weight, you need your height, and a couple of bits more information, your age as well, and your activity level. There'll be a little guide there for you to figure that out and work it out. That's going to help you understand the amount of calories you require daily to lose body fat. Okay, now when you use a tracking method, when you are working out calories and tracking them, you must bear in mind that it will take a bit of trial and error. These things can only ever really be a bit of a guide, okay? You know, you might kind of underestimate or overestimate things. So you've got to just try it, see how progress goes, and tweak accordingly. One of the things I like about tracking and using a tracking app is that you can be flexible across the week. You can look at your weekly total and dial things up or down to suit social occasions, for example. So let's say your daily target's 2,000. So that works out at 14,000 calories a week. How you spread them out over that week is really up to you. And it's quite difficult to do that if you're taking a portion control route. So I do think if you're quite a sociable person, you go out lots, tracking can be a bit of a winner for you, because you can play with your numbers across the week and stay in control. One of the things I do want you to become more mindful of is the amount of protein that you are consuming daily. Generally, people do find it difficult to increase their protein to the quantities that really you require for fat loss. But we need to have that as the main focus on our plate with every meal. To begin with, I would suggest aiming for 1 to 1.5 grams of protein per kilogram of your current body weight. So as a starting point, let's say you're 80 kilograms in body weight, you're looking at 80 to 120 grams of protein daily. Ideally, we want to keep nudging this up, but just do your best. Just do your best to keep nudging that up. That's absolutely fine. For the moment, at least, not too bothered about the carbs and the fats ratio. Current research suggests that it doesn't really make a huge deal of difference anyway. So let's not worry about that for this stage. Stay within your calories and focus on protein. Keep it dead simple. Keep it like that. Download the MyFitnessPal app and track. You can use a scanner on packets and things like that and really start to save meals and copy days and all that kind of thing. There's loads of YouTube tutorials on how to use this. If you get stuck, or ask Asking Group, I can help with that. One thing I don't want you to do, if you do use MyFitnessPal, the calculator on our website is already factoring in activity. Okay, so the number, the daily calorie number that crunches through, say it's 2,000 a day, includes your activity, your average activity across the week. So when you track in MyFitnessPal and it says, have you done any activity? Oh, you've earned another 200 calories. No, don't add any more on. You've already got them in the bank already. Some people track as they go throughout the day. Some people wait till the end of the day. It's just a personal choice what you find easier. I personally think as you go is more accurate, but just see what works for you. I think even if you tried this for week 3, you're going to get some insight into what you're consuming and your proportions of protein as well versus your carbohydrates and your fat. It's really insightful if you can for a week, just for educating yourself. That's absolutely fine, and it's always helpful. So, like I say, you may be reintroducing some foods, maybe some bread, maybe some pasta, maybe some dairy. If you haven't had these foods for a couple of weeks though, take it slow, go small and steady with it at first. So have a little think, is tracking for you or not? It's fine either way. And the focus stays the same otherwise, water, healthy meals, moving daily, sleep, reducing stress. We're not taking anything away. We're just getting a tighter grip on nutrition for those who want to. If you are a non-tracker, let's say the thought of these calculations is just a big stress, a big mither, a layer in your life that you don't need, don't worry. You don't have to. You don't have to do this. People can and do lose body fat without using MyFitnessPal. So completely up to you. If you don't wish to track, do read up on the portion control route and really get to look at your plate size and learn what your proportions are. Continue to eat from the shopping list and the menus that I'm sharing, the meal ideas that I'm sharing with you. You might stick to some elimination. There might be some foods you're deciding to keep at a very reduced level or leave out altogether. That's completely up to you. But keep mixing things up. Look at the new meals I'm putting into the recipes. Get a wide variety of foods into your diet. Focus on protein, plenty of fresh. Eat the number of meals you want to in a day. Do what works for you. Just do what works for you. Later on, I will be talking about an optional sprinter week for week 4. So this week, week 3, we're going to be thinking about the route, whether you're going to track calories, whether you're going to take portion control. Later on, I'll be talking about an optional sprinter to boost things a bit more, so look out for that. So this program is about introducing different protocols around nutrition for you to try and see what works for you. There's loads of ways of doing things, and this is just going to give you that opportunity to decide, what works, what doesn't work for you. When I talk about the sprinter later on in week 3, there'll be things like a little bit of intermittent fasting, whereby you give your digestive system a break from your last meal today until your next meal tomorrow, a bit of an extended break between those two. And this really it's just like delaying your breakfast really the next day. And there's lots of research that suggests that this is excellent for really digging into the fat stores, giving the digestive system a break. And it can work for some people. You're not going to starve by delaying breakfast a little. It might work for you. It might not be for you. You might not be able to live without your 7 a.m. breakfast. So in which case, don't do it. It's completely fine. So always a caveat when we look at nutrition and we look at tracking and we look at different protocols. If you have any history of disordered eating, of binging, just stick to what you've been doing and what you know works for you. Steer away from the things that trigger you. Absolutely. Talk to me, private message me if you need to on this topic. The last thing we want here is to undo any progress you've made. Okay, so do reach out if that's you. So Elevate is about giving you different tools to try, but it's up to you to decide. You might dial up your exercise a bit if your food is nailed. Just keep driving yourself forward. It's always your call, always, for you to figure out your happy, healthy journey. Do what agrees with you and what works for you. So that's it. Share in the comments what you decide to do. Have you read all the nutrition essentials? Have you listened to this video? What's your plan? What are you going to do from today? I'd love to hear about it. Have a brilliant rest of your day, guys, and I will see you soon. See you later.